So here we're going to configure our the other protocol called SSH, which is secure shell. All along we used to use telnet, and telnet is less secure. So in case, let's say you're on network and you have telnet running on the net, you know you're in danger. You're in danger zone, because that protocol, it is less secure. It can be actually be tampered with, or whichever transaction that you make, maybe you are trying to access your device, providing username and password, it will be hijacked, or your details, they will be hijacked or intercepted. Now I'll need to go through the steps, basic. So here we need the steps for this, they're here. So step number one, as you can see, verify SSH support, and how? By using the other command, show IP SSH. Then it will, once it's able to output anything, you know that it supports. Then configure IP domain, generate RS, delete delete the pair, the key pair, by increasing, multiplying. You can even the authentication, username, password. Then you can actually configure the VT line and then enable the version. So these are the steps that you're going to go. Basic configuration, that is what you guys did, and this is it. So it was both IPv4 and IPv6. Directly connected, we have actually that showing this interface brief. Generally, all this we've actually wrapped it, the other side from the other side. Okay. So here, what I'm going to do, just to access this switch, should I do it on a switch? No, let me do it on a router. Terminal. If you have to do it on a switch, don't forget the switch virtual interface. You first configure switch virtual interface, because you will have to use that IP address to reach that device, the switch, to reach it. But as of now, our switch is not assigned with IP address. So in this, what do we need? Actually, step number one was to show IP, then SSH. As long as it is accepting the command, then it means that it supports. So here, authentication, timeout, and blah, blah, it supports even if you stop here. And then you go ahead. Step number one here, by the way, you make sure that your device, it is set with the host name, the description name. So I'll give it ALA. Is it ALA1 or it's ALA2? Okay, ALA1. So I'll give it ALA1. So after ALA1, here we can set the domain, and then the RS. Anyway, the order here, it doesn't matter. You can start with the username. Anyway, let's start with the username. If I want to, okay. So if I want, I can start with the host, the username. So I will actually create two username. Username is who? Biko. What is Biko?
Cisco.
No, I need the username. Cisco is not a username. Okay. Use Isaac. So username Isaac, and then after that we can go ahead. After Isaac, we can actually stop here. This here, it means that we can create the username and stop there. Okay, we stop there. But you can go ahead and give username Isaac. We give him the password, or we can even give the privilege. So Isaac, I'm not going to give you any privilege. I will just rush. You can use password. You can use secret. What's the difference? That if you use password, the password that we're going to provide, it will be in plain text. And if you use secret, then it means that it's going to be encrypted. At the time when you display the running configurations or the configurations, okay, not actually in the other process that you're trying to use it. But if someone tries to verify the configuration, what should they see? There will be, if you use secret, encrypted. If you use password, no. So with this account, I'm not going to give him privileges. I'll just put secret, and then the secret I will use class as the password. So we have the username. So I need the second one. Username, username. Sorry? Matthew. Okay, Martha. Then for this account, I'm going to use privilege. I need the privilege. The privilege. So with the privilege, I'll actually give this person 15. Now 15 that you can do anything on this switch. You have all the privileges. And then after that, I will go ahead and then provide the password. Still, we have password and then security. So it remains the same, it carries the same meaning that the previous. So I will use secret, and then this I will use Cisco. Okay, I use Cisco. So after that, we are done with authentication. That is it, what we are needed. Now we need to generate the key, the RSA key. So before we do that, we need to generate the domain, IP domain, IP domain name. So the domain name I will use Cisco, like we said, Cisco. If you want, you can put .com, but if you don't want, you can just leave it that way. And then after that, we go for the RSA the key. So with this, it's crypto key. Crypto. Yeah, it's crypto key, then generate. Generate RSA. For your information, this, whatever the commands that I'm giving you in that chapter, they are not there. Okay? They are not there. So if you can, but anyway, recording, I don't know whether you will use those commands, because some of you just watch and forget. So RS, yeah, that is it. You press enter. So on this, if you want to do this, what you have here, which is 512, you can do it by multiplying this by 2. So if you multiply by 2, that what do you get? 1024, isn't it? And then you press enter. The key it is generated. And when you look at this, it's version 1. It's version 1. So if you want, you can actually go straight where you change the version IP, SSH, then version. So the version we have 1 to 2, so we're going to use 2. That. Now we've created this. We have our IP address and username. It's time to concatenate, to bind whatever that we have configured. So the last step here is to enable the virtual terminal. Line VTY. So you can specify the connections that you need, maybe 2. So when you say 2, those are 3, 0, 1, 2. That you need only, actually, why would we go for all that yet we have? Okay, anyway, we can have 3, but it's only 3 connections that we accept simultaneously. There can be 3 people at the same time. The 4th one will not be allowed. So from here, we are not going to put password, but this time, which method are we using? Transport input. We have all. You can decide to say none. You can decide to say SSH. You can decide to say telnet. So whatever that we've done, because now if you say telnet, we shall actually be using the username and then the password only without key. But SSH, you have to use the key that we generated. That the two, they have to generate the key. And then all, then you can either use telnet or use, but using the same details, credentials, username and then the password. Let's use SSH. Anyway, we can use all of them so that you get to see the difference. So let's use all. And then press enter. And then after that, you log in locally. The reason why we are putting local is that our username and password, they are created on this device. Don't have a server where they are created. So this is it. We're done. So from here, what do we need to do? Any computer I've used this, you can use any computer, even this one here. This, it's not a must that the ones that are connected to this router. You can even use it. Let's use it. Go to command line prompt. It's not clear. I don't know whether we can. So you can even run the command IP, but it's okay. So enable, sorry, not enable. So we can use IP config to get to know the not config T, please. So it's config, then / then all. You press enter. So these are the IP addresses assigned on this computer. Now still we can try to ping. Now if you are to ping the address, you can use any address on the other interface. Maybe it's 1.1 or 2.1 because they are pointing on the same switch, on the same PC, on the same router. So we can use 1.1. See whether we'll be able to reach. I'm out. There we are. So we can use that IP address to reach that router, or even we can use the 2.1. So I'll just say telnet and then put this IP address that I've used, which is 1.1. You press enter. You see that username. It's asking username. So I'll use Isaac because there is something I want to. Isaac, we will not get full access. Password, it is class. You are in now. You see router 1. Enable. But this method that we've used is less secure. You see what it is saying? No password set. So he has this account doesn't have privileges, all the rights. So I will exit and then do the same, but this time I will use who? It was Martha. Martha, and then the password it was Cisco. You see now we're in. It has even skipped the user mode that you can run the commands that you want to. Let me save, copy, run, and then start. So that I've saved the commands, whatever that was on that router. Okay. So this one here, it is less secure. Someone can actually tap into the connection. So I would exit and then use the this time it's for SSH. I don't remember the step, but I think it's SSH login, SSH minus login, then the username. What was the username? name Isaac, and then the address, which is 1.1. Yeah, that is it. So it's SSH minus L. It's not 1, minus L, then the username plus the IP address of the device that you're trying to reach remotely. So the password for Isaac is class. There we are, enable, but still are not allowed auto access the router. But still I can exit and then use this time Martha. Press enter. The password it is Cisco. Press enter. There we are. As you can see. Show IP root. Oh, show IP interface. Then brief. Oh, there we are on the router.